Do I trust in God? Yes, I can say 100% that I trust in God. Because what does God actually mean? In the Christian mythology, there is God and then there's devil. And if you look at this from a perspective of linguistics, then God comes from the same root as good, and a devil comes from the same root as evil, and it basically just means the evil. So everybody can choose if he wants to trust in the good or in the evil. And as a general perspective on life, I prefer to trust in the good, in the goodness of men and women, in the goodness of humans, in the goodness of my peers and the people I have to do with. You know, I think my basic approach to people is that the people are good and that they want the good, and maybe they sometimes fail to achieve the good, but they try, and they try to do their best in doing good. And when it comes to evil people or bad people, I try to avoid them, and I try to not repeat dealing with them and having bad experiences with them. So generally, I seek what is good, and I trust in what is good. And what is good? In my opinion, a house built out of wooden beams from oak trees and clay and clay bricks, and a solid roof where it doesn't rain in, and a house that is built with masterfully craftsmanship and that lasts for hundreds of years. Such a house is good. And a house that is built out of plastic and concrete and steel and very cheap chemical materials, and that doesn't last very long and has to be repaired and replaced and maintained all the time. Money has to be sunk in it all the time. Such a house is evil, and evil in the German sense, it comes from the same word as übel, which just means bad. And such a house is bad, and I prefer to trust in things that are good, and in the good in general. And I trust in the notion that good will ultimately win over evil. And to contrast this idea, you can just think about people who trust in evil, and those people think that goodness is just a dream. Goodness, that's just for dreamers. In the real world, you have to be a scumbag, you have to be a scoundrel, you have to cheat on people to achieve anything. And this is what many people nowadays are convinced of, that honest labor does not achieve anything. The only way to achieve something is by cheating and by doing shady businesses and by taking advantage of others. And this is just because too many people believe this kind of notion, and they trust in the power of evil and the devil. And I think that that's not the case. It's absolutely not necessary to have this kind of negative approach towards other people and towards life. I think it's perfectly fine to trust in the value of honest labor and in goodness and courage and honor and beauty and health. And I think it's completely valid that you can achieve all these things by doing your best, by doing good, by being good, by believing in good, and by trusting in God, in good.